Hello and welcome back to Subnautica on PS4. Now, as you can see, I'm back in the Aurora, in the prawn suit bay, for a reason. One, you remember, if you saw the last video, I got stuck and glitched out twice down there. Well, I've been back and I've been in, and everything went perfectly fine. Picked up the blueprints. That's pretty much all there is in there. A couple of blueprints and lab access, but there's nothing actually formidable in there. However, what I have actually discovered is before all this lot here was blazing fire, basically like that. Now what I've done is I've put all them, well, let's say half of the fires out, and I've now collected all the prawn suits, so I now have access to the prawn suit. So that might be a helpful hint. A couple of fire extinguishers, put out these ones on the back wall for the fire, where they're on fire, and you'll collect the prawn suit. Simple as that, really. I don't know where the depth modules for them are, but the prawn suit itself is all good. And stuff, and this is one of them. So 1023 meters from the life pod, it'll be there or thereabouts. Each life pod obviously spouts in different places, so it'll be there or thereabouts, and in a general direction of southwest from there. To make it a little bit easier, you've got life pod 19 directly below. So what you want to do, obviously head straight down, be about 180, 200 meters down. I have done a video on this before, but apparently I missed this. So obviously life pod 19 is straight down that hole there. Now you've got a wreck just here, which I have been into before. It's not registering that one, but I have been in there before. But what I didn't do was go into this one. Now in this one, I'll get out and show you. You'll need the wire cutter. I think you need the wire. Yeah, you need the laser cutter. So you cut yourself through that door, and in there, this particular one here is the reinforced dive suit. So it gives you basically more protection for when you're out and about. And on top of that,
welcome
not on top
Captain.
of, but next to it.
Seek fluid intake.
Wrong direction. Where is it? There. And that one there is the mobile, not the mobile vehicle bay, the upgrade bay for the Seamoth and the prawn suit. So it's basically, if I hit the right button, if I can find it. So yeah, got the reinforced dive suit, so it's a heavy synthetic dive suit, fibre dive suit, providing physical protection and enhanced survival in extreme temperatures, which basically means you can go down to the lava zone now, potentially, and not burn to death, which is handy. And the other piece, if I can find it, he says confidently, but can't seem to find it. There we go. Christ's sake. The vehicle upgrade console, which is the one that I thought was the other one, but it's the upgrade bit for the moon pool. So you can actually upgrade, get to the Mark II, Mark III on the depth on the Seamoth, the Mark II on the prawn suit, so on and so forth.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Yeah, and that's basically it. What I'm going to do while I'm here, if I can find out, I'm going to make sure that I have actually been in. Make sure that I have been inside this this one here. just on the off chance, possibility that I haven't. I'm sure I have, but just on the off shot that I haven't. Quite frankly, I can't be bothered to go through my old video to find out if I did go in here or not, so I'm going to run with that. So let's have a look. I'm pretty sure I did come in here before. A bit of food. I must have done, because if it's not giving me anything. More food and a non-functioning microscope and a jug. So yeah, I must have already been in here prior and it's just reset the door for some reason. So yeah, that's this one, or this part of the video done. And this is my little pet reef back. It's played a little feature in a couple of my videos now. Still stuck on the reef. Still just sitting there, not doing anything. He seems to be rendering himself into the actual map as well. Stalked by two of them. Nice. So yeah, he's still stuck. He's still sitting there. From the look of it, he's trying to actually loosen himself up because he's moving now, whereas before he wasn't. So yeah, either way, he can stay. Okay, so now I've back and I've made the docking Seamoth upgradey thingy bobby. Obviously gives you a chance here to edit the colours, the name, so on and so forth, but that's not what I'm here for. Use Fabricator. So you've got the common modules, you've got the hull reinforcement, which is fairly self-explanatory, the efficiency module mode, which again self-explanatory, and the storage mode or storage module. Now I tend to use one or two storage modules when I'm going out on little resource missions, because it just gives you an extra sort of 12, I think it's 12, you might get maybe 8, I think it's 8 per storage module, I think, which will then give you, or maybe 9, one of the, anyway, irrelevant. It gives you an extra couple of spots to stick some stuff in. So if you fill your inventory, you can empty it into the Seamoth and then go and pick up some more. Next thing is the Seamoth modules. Now, obviously got the depth module Mark 1, but so I've already got that from the Aurora, so I don't need to worry about that one. The Seamoth solar charger. Now, the only time I can possibly see the Seamoth solar charger coming into play is if you're in shallow water, in which case if you're in shallow water you're near the life pod, and if you've built your base near here you wouldn't need the solar charger because you're close to base anyway. Or if you're on the say, even if you are going far away, there's no way that you can get on the map that would need a charge from the sun, because you can get back. The only time I can think of that you would need the solar charger is if you don't have a moon pool. Now you can't get the moon pool, or you can't get the solar charger, as far as I'm aware, without the moon pool. So I think that kind of renders that one a little bit useless, unless there is another way of getting hold of the Seamoth solar charger. Obviously the perimeter defense system creates itself. When something hits you, it just gives it a bit of a, gives whatever hit you a nudge. I don't know what would happen if a Leviathan hit you. I don't think a little shock or whatever it is would create a problem for a Leviathan. Seamoth torpedo system. is interesting, quite to an extent fairly pointless from what I've established. It's entertaining to watch. I have made this in a previous game and sent off a couple of torpedoes at different and various things. It's entertaining, is about as much as it is. Seamoth sonar, it's personal preference. If you want to see where you're going and it's dark, hit the old button and it'll light everything up in red. Now, reference to the torpedoes, the vortex torpedo was the one that's interesting to watch. When you do hit a Leviathan with it, it just sends it, it's like a mini black hole, if you like, and it sends it to the centre of that and just spins it around. It's fun to watch, and if you want to get past a Leviathan that's in your way, then so be it. But I've never shot it at a ghost one, so I don't know if it has the same effect. Gas torpedo, never made one, never wanted to make one, never tried to make one, so I don't know what that does to a Leviathan or to anything else for that matter. Right, prawn suit modules, obviously depth module Mark 1, prawn suit thermal reactor, I think that's fairly straightforward. Prawn suit jump upgrade. Now it automatically, when you make it, it's already got a jump option on there. All this does is make it a lot better. Prawn suit grappling arm, so I haven't found the bits for this yet, but it does exactly what it says on the tin. It creates a grappling arm, shoots it out and then drags you towards it. Drill arm, obviously you see bits and pieces around the map, big chunks of lithium or big chunks of quartz. It says you need a special tool to do this. That is the special tool. Very straightforward again, and same detail with the prawn suit torpedo arm. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, you pretty much take your pick on which ones you want to put on and which ones you don't. Like I say, I tend to run with the hull reinforcement, 2 storage modules, and then the depth module. But again, it's purely down to choice on what it is you want to achieve. If you're not going anywhere special and you're just on a little resource run, just fill it up with storage modules and you can just collect an absolute ton of stuff and be done with it. If you go into more deeper areas, I mean, the maximum you can go to on this with a Seamoth is 900 meters. Anything more than that, and you're basically going to crush it. The only thing that can go deeper than that is the prawn suit, which can, I think it's 1500 or 1200, something along them lines in depth. So the very deepest point you can't, I don't think you can get to with the prawn suit. I'm pretty sure you can't. The deepest I've ever been was down in the lava zone, which is where the final, I think it's where the final Emperor Leviathan is, or the Empress or Emperor, whichever way round, and I think that was about 1700. Yeah, I think it was 1762, I think it was, meters down to do that. So yeah, that'll be it for this little portion. Okay, now I'm back at the modification station. So it's just all these are in here for the Seamoth upgrades, and the prawn exosuit or prawn suit upgrades is the depth modules. So you obviously need the depth module 1 to make the 2, and the 2 to make the 3. So once you've made the 1, you can bring it up here, stick it through here with obviously the plasteel ingot, magnetite and the enamelled glass to make the 2. And then when you've done the 2, you then get some more plasteel ingots, or another plasteel ingot, 3 rubies and the Mark II to make the 3, and it's exactly the same process with the Mark II. For the prawn suit, you need the depth 1, then the lithium, the kayanite times 3, which is down towards the lava zone, I believe. There may be other places for it, but I believe it is in the lava zone. And so, same process. You need the Mark 1 to make the Mark II. And same process. I haven't found the ingredients for the Mark II Cyclops yet. I don't even think I've found the Cyclops parts yet. So yeah, I think I've got the Mark 1. No, I don't even think I've got the Mark 1 for the Cyclops. Swings and roundabouts. Doesn't matter. I think what I'm going to do next is make the Ultra Glide fins, just so when I am swimming around doing little bits of resource without the Sea Glide, I can go a little bit faster and it doesn't take so bloody long. So yeah, it's the third part of this video then concluded. Okay, and we're back. You'll have to excuse my voice, it's a bit dodgy at the moment. But right, I am currently obviously being attacked by Mr. Electric Fish, which isn't helpful, but 1,359 metres. Directly above me there is a cracking deep trench that leads obviously straight up to the surface. So 621 metres down, and what we've got is a bit of the wreck. It's in the blood vine, and it's in a general heading of west. And what it is, I'll go and scan that now, is the nuclear reactor. The other piece is here somewhere, I just can't find it. Hang on, let me get some light on the situation. There it is. And there we go.
New blueprint acquired.
So yeah, as I was saying, trench, very deep. Try and make my way back up to the surface just so you can see that it is straight down. So what you'd ideally be looking for on the en route is a little metal bridge going across here. You also need to be careful because there are them spider crabby fucking squid things. The other issue I'm having is my prawn suit, which I've obviously made now, which is down there. Having a trouble getting him out. This is full of nickel ore and loads of crap. That is quite handy. So yeah, there you go. 1,177 metres from my home. I'd probably best do it from the life pod. 1,228 metres from the life pod. Couple of shades off west. So it'll be probably that side there, I would have thought.
This ecological biome matches 7 of the 9 preconditions for stimulating terror in humans.
Oh, lovely. So yeah, it's a case of getting to this sort of location and heading straight down. You'll see the trench when you get there. So yeah, that's the bloody great crack you're looking for. And I say, straight down that, and you've got the old nuclear reactor.